Let's do some hacks, tricks, and whatever else they're calling it these days. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and I am here to give you some tips and tricks, maybe some tricks of the trade. I don't know. There are hacks on TikTok that influencers then sort of test on YouTube, Instagram, etc. I'm going to be one of those people. Some hacks, I don't know if, I think sometimes we think we've invented something, not knowing that someone else is doing it. So I don't take credit for anything. I also understand that there are some things that I am actually sharing that I saw other people do that I hope I can remember who they were and link them accordingly to give them credit. I am going to focus on my eye area. One trick that has been going around, one hack that has been, I think, making the rounds is mixing eye primer with concealer. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. But there's also the hack of let's mix our face primer with our foundation. And I'm like, are we just gonna mix everything? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Remember when we were dipping our foundation brushes in water and then, no, we were putting foundation in a glass of water and then we were dipping the brush in the glass of the water and the foundation mixed, and it's like, really? Hi, this is my hair. I haven't styled it yet. I just took it out of hot rollers and kind of did that. And when I have my face on, I'm going to do my hair. So it's just gonna look like this. I don't know if it's like housewife or just something, I don't know. I'm loving it though. I can't deny. Let's start with the eyeshadow primer mixed with concealer. I should have been doing this for a million years because I have very thin blue eyelids. I have a lot of veins and they're just very transparent. So I'm going to take this Essence Shadow Primer. My goal today was to use very affordable products, to use drugstore products, things that you don't necessarily feel like you have to go out and spend. I also did a little bit of ingredient testing because the idea is if you're using ingredients that are all compatible, the makeup that you're wearing will marry on your face. For today's video, we are going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is quite a workhorse. It's been around for a while. It's very affordable. I love it. And I think I have a very yellow shade, so we might be doing some color correcting, but we'll see. Or color managing. I put that on the back of my hand. I'm gonna just mix it together, and I'm actually gonna put this on with my finger because I normally apply shadow primer with my finger anyway, so why not, right? It reminds me of when I use like MAC paint pots to get a little bit more coverage. Yeah, okay, so that worked. That looks pretty good. That worked. That worked. I feel like I don't even need to powder it. Okay, I think this looks good. I think we're off to a good start. I'm going to do eyeshadow first. That is not necessarily dramatic, nothing crazy. I just want to do something that has if there's any fallout at all, I want to do all my cleanup and I'm not gonna have to worry about my face. I'm going to use ColourPop from their new little holiday set. This is Sweater Weather. I love it. I love it. And then I do have this Give Gwen Stefani. This is Danger Zone. And it is just a nice collection of mostly matte neutrals. You don't need to spend a ton of money on makeup brushes. There's some very affordable drugstore brushes that I've had for years. If you look after them, if you wash them gently, wash them properly, wash them regularly, because believe it or not, our oils, all the little things and microbes that we get from our face onto here along with product kind of eats away the hair. So if you ever notice that your makeup brushes look like they've been chewed on, it's because they're deteriorating from dirt. Gross, I know. Let's not think about that. All right, I'm gonna start with hot cocoa, and I have this brush from LA Colors. We love LA Colors, oh my gosh. So I'm doing my basic eyeshadow. So I didn't even, okay, let's talk about how this is applying. I did not powder, and I feel like the combination of those two products that I used on my lids totally set. The Camo Concealer from e.l.f., the hydrating one, it is, first ingredient is water. It has dimethicone, and it has some other ingredients in it that are, I think it's got like some kind of Damascus flower extract, something kind of nice in there, you know, but there's a lot of, it's water, glycerin, dimethicone. That is the usual. And because I haven't put on any other face makeup, I feel like I have the freedom to be a little more just slapping it on. Slapping it on. I know, right? I like to apply my shadow a little higher. I have a lot of real estate on my eyelids, and so when I go higher, it just makes me feel like they're not so hooded. So yeah, I don't think that is creasing anytime soon. Now I'm going to take a smaller detail brush. You can use any one you want. That's, ooh, this is from Coastal Scents. So I'm gonna go into this sort of taupey shade. Yeah, okay, so what I just did there is I took this taupe shade. I like to have something that is not too dark and not too light, not too red, not too, you know, anything. And just go right underneath my lower lash line. Makes kind of a shadow, and maybe you think, oh, are you sure about that? Because does that make you look kind of like you've got dark circles? This is why I do this. I feel like it distracts from the hollows of my under eye area that I'm getting right here. And I feel like it creates a defined eye that isn't closed off like if I were to put dark liner in the waterline. Because if I did dark liner in the waterline, I would also, it would be a defined eye, but it would be a smaller eye. And that's okay. But I like to have sort of this eye opening. The puns. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm a pun. Yeah. So, and also this is, nothing has kind of gone too far that I have to be afraid of. Be very afraid. Picking up the sweater weather again, and I'm just gonna go in with another detail brush. It doesn't have to be that one. It's just gonna be a short shader brush. What do you know? It's BK Beauty. Now I'm going into Cozy Babe. The lash line on my upper lid, and I'm doing it kind of dark. I guess I'm kind of trying to be messy. I don't know why. I want to clean up for you. I want to show you how I clean up, so. So Okay, so now see how I've really gone in there and I've defined the lash line, made it even darker, and it's still, it's defining my eyes, but it's not closing them off. Let's do the primer with the foundation hack, but let's do it with 2 primers. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Putty Primer and I'm going to take the e.l.f. Halo Glow. They are very similar in composition. Probably the biggest difference is all the different dimethicones in this, and then this one has a bit more glycerin, you know, whatever. So I am going to mix it on the back of my hand and I'm just gonna see what happens. And I've got a foundation brush. It's the BK Beauty 101. I am mixing the 2 together. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to apply this all the way up here. So kind of like concealer primer. Because the ingredients in the Putty Primer, I think, will do a really nice job for setting more shades. Okay, now I'm gonna just add a little more of the Halo Glow, so I'm getting more pigment. Again, we're just trying to see how this goes with making the face a little more. It's not really giving me much coverage, but I want to see if it's going to make makeup and other products wear longer and smoother. You could just mix this on your face. I mean, my gosh, right? Trying to use equal parts and then go from there. I'm not sure what a sponge would do. I guess it would thin it out. I kind of like this brush because it really just gives me a lovely smooth coverage. Do what you prefer, you know. I don't think there's any right or wrong way. I mean, I haven't even done my forehead. Forgot about my forehead. Very luminous, not a lot of coverage, but I feel like pores, maybe everything is just smooth and looking pretty good. Let's do concealer. So I'm going to just take a little bit on the concealer brush I have. This is BK Beauty as well, but you can also use either Real Techniques, this Flower Beauty one. Oh, it's so good. Look at that. So this concealer is a little bit yellow. I feel like I got too much concealer. I think it's just because it's so yellow. It just looks so yellow to me. Not sure how that happened. We might you can also just take that foundation brush with product that's been on it from before and use that to blend. I love doing that. I'm constantly blending with whatever little bit is still on my foundation brush. I found a camo concealer that is more peachy. So we're gonna do that here. I actually think that this is going to be too pale. What's the matter with me? Yeah, it's a little bit too pale. That's okay. All right. I mean, right? Mix those two together. Now, there's two ways you can clean up and conceal right here. You can just take what's left over on your concealer brush and do like so. There's that. Or my favorite thing to do is take an eye cream. One I love to do this with is the Good Molecules. Now, there's something about Good Molecules, this yerba mate wake up cream, I did not realize. It has cornstarch in it. So if cornstarch is a problem for you, avoid that. It's got glycerin, dimethicone, water. It's a water gel base. It's got the yerba mate, but the cornstarch. So I'm thinking the reason maybe I've been loving this so much is because when I use it to correct my eye makeup, it already sets it. So I like to take just, you can use like a flat concealer brush. You can use the concealer brush you already used. I like to use the edge, and I just dip it into the back, the amount I have on the back of my hand. And any kind of line you've used, liner, shadow, anything, just whisk it away. Then you can still, if you still want to, put concealer on, but it cleans it. You don't have to use makeup remover, just a little bit of an eye cream, and you'll be so glad because it's already, giving you the benefits. What would happen if I did this? I'm gonna just experiment with something, guys. Hold on. I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna dab this Good Molecules over the concealer, and I'm not gonna powder that eye, and just wait and see what happens when it dries. You know me, I don't do a lot of powder. I'm not into baking or anything like that. I only bake carbs. I don't bake makeup. So this, I love the IRL Revolution powder. And I take a little bit of the loose. If you guys don't know, this is talc free. It's $10. You get a pressed and a loose in the same container. So what I like to do, I take an Amazon little velvet puff. I put an amount on the puff, and then I just tap it into my hand first. I'm just putting it in the palm of my hand. And then I just do a tiny little bit. And that is it. Because I have crepey under eye area. I have dry skin. I do not need to add any texture, but having a little bit of powder does so much to help your makeup last longer. I think it kind of blurs everything. I think even if you have dry skin, you can benefit from just a little bit of softening off the pores, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Okay, so now I am gonna go powder on the other side where I put that Good Molecules. See what it did. I don't think it did anything. I don't think it did anything bad. I can't tell yet if it did anything helpful, so we'll see. So yeah, so isn't that nice? Silver Strand Beach from what's it? I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush for my bronzer. Just a big fluffy brush. Do I like this big fluffy brush? I don't know. Nope. Too hard. That's a Sigma brush. It's very, very ouchy. Use my Wet n Wild. I told ya. I told you. Oh, hello. That's funny. I don't know why I got so much bronzer on my nose just now. I think I didn't powder right there, but I think I kind of like it. Okay. I'm gonna do mascara off camera, but I am going to put in my lip liner here. Is this Warm Spice? Yes. Mascara. Alrighty, we are mascaraed, and I put on the Lip Bar gloss in Baddie. You can get this on their website and Target. And can you get this at Ulta yet? I don't know. Anyway, I slay it. Like it's like peachy. So pretty. So, okay. I'm gonna zoom in for you. I just want you to see what you think. No filter. It is my skin. Lots of lights though, so it looks kind of much better than it would normally. But I think I enjoy what I see is just kind of poreless, natural, I think, yeah. Aside from that concealer being way too yellow for me, my eyeshadow is wearing lovely. Like, definitely no creasing. It actually almost feels a little dry. If you have a tendency towards very dry lids, I don't know, the combination I used seemed to really, really create that. But if you have very oily lids, very, you know, you might really love trying that method. Okay, well there you have it. I hope those hacks were satisfying, helpful. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe it inspired you to try something either a little different or experiment with some other sort of theories you might have. Right. Well, thank you so much. Hope you subscribe. Hope you leave me a comment and pin this for later if you want to reference it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.